Hey everybody, it's Calvin Nation here, once again with another knife review. So let's get started with how we usually do it, and that is reading what the company themselves, Spyderco, has to say about their knife. We are, obviously, as the title says, reviewing this guy right here, the Sage 1. I have my Cali 3.5 out here, just in case we want to make any comparisons, as well as just another nice Spydie knife to look at while we read. So I'm going to zoom in on that just a tiny bit. Maybe I'll play a little bit of pictures as well while I read. So this is what they say. Spyderco Sage 1 carbon fiber handle. A sage is someone wise in judgment and experience. It's reasonable, assuming they've achieved that title through trial, error, and extending their best effort at every opportunity. If that definition can be applied to something tangible, it would be an item created from experience and striving for quality and performance at its highest level. If said item were a pocket knife, we would call it the Sage. The Sage represents Spyderco's 30-year pledge to a knife crafting and learning to make better knives at every available opportunity. The plan is to offer an ongoing series of Sage folders with many of the different and ingenious locking devices and mechanisms the knife industry has to offer. This model is a recognition of knife maker Michael Walker's contribution to the knife industry with his creation of the liner lock and ball-bearing detent method of locking open a folding knife. While the knife is made in Taiwan, the flat ground blade is produced in USA, made by CPM S30V. It is paired with a twill woven carbon fiber handle and liner lock, categorized as a mid-size folder. The blade is flat ground and plain edged. Designed for comfort and in-the-hand ergonomics, the carbon fiber handle is vibrant with multicolored fibers bonded together when manufacturing the carbon fiber. This weaving runs deep, making the ridges and textures for the palm to adhere to while gripping and cutting. A silhouette wire pocket clip adjusts for left or right-handed carry. Alright, so that's what Spyderco has to say about this knife. I absolutely love their little description of it. They give a little history and a unique take on why the name was chosen and why it was created. So like they say, this is the Sage 1, which uses or utilizes Micro Walker's liner lock. If you don't know, there is the Sage 2, Sage 3, and Sage 4 all out now. The Sage 4 is new for 2012. Sage 2 is the Chris Reeve integral titanium lock, which is basically a frame lock in titanium. The Sage 3 is a bolt action blue G10 version, and the Sage 4 just out now is the lockback design that we're all familiar of. Same design as this here. As far as they go, I love the first three. Not a huge fan of the fourth one. You guys know by now too that I'm not a huge fan of the lockback, but also the way they design the Sage 4 is just not my cup of tea. Anyway, we are looking at the Sage 1 again for today's review. So now that we've heard what Spyderco has to say, let's talk a little bit more about what I think of this knife. Let's start again with the blade and work our way down. So like they say, it's an S30V blade, which I think is absolutely awesome. I love the way S30V looks. Came out of the box razor sharp as it should. Just the grind on there looks amazing. Gotta love that fit and finish there. Again, like they say, it's made in Taiwan, or at least put together in Taiwan. The blade is, from the US. So there we see Spyderco CPM S30V. Let's have a look at that tip. I absolutely love the blade shape for the Sage series. I think it just looks awesome. I think it performs great, and I really have no problems with it. It's got a nice thumb hole there. Let's see, hole diameter, ½ inch. But that tip, it's pretty fine. I think it's a perfect tip for pretty much any task. I mean, piercing's going to be fine, but it's going to hold its strength. Blade stock is 0.125 inches. And this thing actually did go through the wash and the dryer by accidentally, and you can see it held up really well. Check out that carbon fiber. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything on camera that shows that it actually went through the dryer. Maybe just a couple little marks there, but this thing is held up great. Even after taking it out of the washer and dryer, it still had a shaving sharp edge. By now it's not going to be shaving sharp, but it can cut through paper nice and easy. But yeah, awesome blade. As far as the Sage 1 goes, I feel like it's definitely going to be something that's going to be in their lineup for a long time. As far as I've seen, everyone loves this knife. I think it's going to be a fan favorite for a really long time, and I definitely agree. It's a really sick knife. Let's look a little bit farther down on this on this knife. You can see that nice woven carbon fiber. Now, as I understand it, back in the day, or not too long ago actually, the way they designed their carbon fiber was that it was just completely flat. You probably won't be able to see the 3 dimensions on there, but it is actually woven so that you can actually feel each individual checkering, which is absolutely awesome. Before, like I said again, it was almost just like it was just laminated straight across, so you couldn't, you didn't really feel that the true texture of that carbon fiber. So I think it looks super nice, and you actually get a sense for the actual material that's being used. Also, one thing to note here on the tang, it's nice how they have an attention to detail here as well. They shape out the tang so it's not protruding from the handles, as you can see there. You got a nice big area here for deployment. Really nice deployment. As I've said in many reviews, I'm a huge fan of the liner lock, just the way it's deployed, also how it's undeployed and locking. I just think it's a way better locking mechanism than really any axis lock, the ball bearing lock, the bolt action lock. I just love that liner right there. It's just so easy to do. One hand, boom, you got it. Open, close, you know the drill. It's just very nice. As you can see there, again, got a nice big area for deployment. Pocket clip, we have only a tip up carry that's only going to be on your left and right side, so no tip down, but I don't think that's a huge problem with most people, since tip up is the preferred method as I see it. What else can we say here? Check out those liners. I believe those are stainless steel. Yeah, they're stainless steel. You can see they are pretty excessively milled out, which is awesome. Keeps the weight down. Only at 3.2 ounces. As you can see, it's a pillar construction, and I think this knife just looks absolutely awesome. Sorry for a little bit of dust in there, but that's going to happen. Let's have a closer look at that actual pocket clip there. See exactly what it looks like, and I do like how they actually have it blackened. I think it looks really cool. Also, that it's so thin, it doesn't show wear, even though it will wear just as easy as any other pocket clip. It just doesn't seem to show it as much. I mean, even just looking at it there, I'm sure you guys can't really see too much wear on it. And in person, it's the same thing. But very nice there. I believe the Sage 2 and Sage 3, probably Sage 4 as well, all have just the normal satin pocket clip. We have the Torx hardware, nothing different there. And yeah, I think that's all I really have to say about this knife. Actually, let's have a look at those choils. I forgot to mention that. Like I mentioned in my Emerson Commander review, I don't know when it's going to be up, I mentioned how I absolutely love the double choils that most Spydercos nowadays have. I just think it's way more superior than pretty much any other knife in the sense of ergonomics and ease of use. I just feel that double choil is just absolutely amazing, along with that natural thumb ramp there made by the thumb hole. It's just, man, it's comfortable. And getting in with light task and heavy work, it's going to be awesome. And in that sense, I absolutely love that. As you can see there, there's some pretty good jimping on there as well. You can see you're not going to slip off that in any position. Same with here. Same deal. Very nice. So, that's the Sage 1 for you. Absolutely love this knife. And I thank you guys for watching. Actually, just before we leave, I'm just going to say all the specs one more time, just so you guys can get a sense for how big this knife is. And again, actually I have my 42 here as well. 42 is 9 and something inches. You can see there. I have a couple knives down here just from making videos. But there's some knives for comparison. Alright, so specs. We have a overall length of 7.125 inches, closed length of 4.188 inches, blade length of 3 inches exactly, cutting edge is 2.625 inches, CPM S30V blade steel obviously 3.2 ounces, handle material carbon fiber, blade thickness 0.125, hole diameter 1/2 inch. So there's your knife review for today. Again, I appreciate you guys watching so very much, and I'll see you for the next video. Take care.